Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 29th through July 5th. And during that time, we will have a waxing crescent moon. And that's a really good time when you have heightened senses. You're able to buckle down and kind of just get things done, just the ability to be very focused. We then move into the first quarter moon, and that's on the 3rd or the 4th, depending on where you are. And that you can feel impulsive and patient. Your mind's very active, and it's actually hard to get things done. So we also have a holiday on July 4th. So probably a good time for that, because who's going to want to work when you're feeling like that? But then we will be, you know, back to kind of able to focus on the waxing gibbous. So pay attention to those moon energies as you're moving through your week, if they affect you like they do me, for sure. All right, this will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Cancer. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall energy, a new start is coming. Okay, let's see what the Cancer Collective has going on for the week. And as I'm shuffling the tarot cards, I would like to say, Cancer, that since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button as a form of payment to me. It really helps my channel. It's super, super easy for you to do. Don't forget that you do need to be logged into YouTube or Google to subscribe to channels. There was a time when I didn't know that, when YouTube was kind of new to me. So make sure that you know that and subscribe, and then you get notifications when I post videos or any channel that you want to follow. So anyway, I will give you just a moment to do that right now. Thank you so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I really do appreciate you. So thank you so much. All right, my weekly reminder for the week is that you keep a spiritual journal. Sometimes we don't recognize the patterns that are evolving in our life when it comes to our spiritual experiences. So, keeping track of those things, and this could be things that you learn or maybe synchronicities that you're having. This could even be dreams or different encounters, just anything that you are grasping on a spiritual level. Just take notes of that and keep a little journal of it. And it's just a really good way to be able to look back, and you can kind of see patterns emerging, and maybe, maybe there's things that you thought, oh, I want to adopt this way of being into my life, and you forget about it. Now you've got it journaled so that, life gets busy. Sometimes we forget those things. So, or you can kind of track your progress. So just keeping a spiritual journal is just a really, really good idea. And that is my special message to you for the week. All right, Cancer, June 29th through July 5th. A new start is coming. Let's see what your present energy is. The Lovers. So maybe a new start in your romantic life. And this could be, maybe you're meeting a new person. If you're not starting a new relationship, it could be that you're, especially if you're in a current relationship, that's like a renewal. So maybe there's just something that comes to mind to you that you want to, maybe just change up how you're doing things, just make sure things aren't getting stale, and maybe add that passion or romance. So that's very, very exciting. Your current situation is the Sun. So you're already in a very, very happy place, and it could be why you're like, what, I'm very happy. Let me share this with my partner. Let me make sure that I'm being as supportive as I can be. Let me make sure, again, that I'm throwing down those romance things, or just being open and receptive to, conversation, spending time together, that sort of thing. So beautiful. Love this energy. And also, if it is a new relationship for you, you're in a very happy place, which is really, what do they say, that that's when you find romance, is when you're kind of not looking and you're just kind of happy and plodding along and like, oh, well, who's this person? So could be a situation like that for some of you. So that's pretty exciting. At the root of your situation is the Fool card. Love it. Three major arcana, and not at all surprising. I've seen all the readings this week. There's been a very heavy on the major arcana cards. This is a very transformative week for a lot of people. But anyway, the Fool here at the root of your situation. So some sort of new journey. And again, that could be a romantic journey. It could be a new journey that's brought you to a new partner, or a new journey that's brought you to just realizing that you want to really put the time in on your current relationship as well also. And just make sure that that has a new journey as well. I mean, just because you've been together for years doesn't mean that you can't change things up a little bit and do something a little different and fun, right? In your recent past is the Two of Wands. Not shocking that you've been kind of looking towards the future, and especially if you've got a new start that's coming, you're looking towards that, and it looks like you're in a great place for it. I mean, here is a new start with the Fool, the Lovers, and the Sun card. I love this entire reading, Cancer. This is just a beautiful, beautiful energy that you're in right now, and take advantage of it. It's just I love it. It's very awesome. What is on your mind this week? Wow, another major arcana with the Star card. So on your mind is, what direction should you be going in? You're really, you're kind of carrying in this thinking about the future into right now as well. Like, you're still kind of wondering, do am I on course? Is there something that you're being drawn to? This could be making decisions and having maybe some clarity. It could be that you're getting a message from the universe. That can sometimes be the Star card that's kind of guiding you in a certain direction. But this is you being very, prosperous. It's being very optimistic. It's very balanced. With the, you've got the emotions being poured onto the material world here, and just a balance between everything that's going on. So that is also beautiful, beautiful direction. I mean, you've got control over the daylight and the nighttime here with this and all of these major arcana. It's really amazing. All right, what is just ahead of you? King of Pentacles, another great card. This is definitely the knowledge of the material world. So this is, things when it comes to things like your job, your house, like you've got things under control. And not only are you in a good place that kind of how to manage all of that stuff, but you also understand how everyone in your kingdom manages what they have going on as well. You're probably consulting people. If you have, maybe you're older and you have younger children, adult children, they come to you for advice on things in the material world. This could be, things about finances, or things about how to manage a situation at their job, or how to deal with something like that, something that you've got some clarity on for sure, but you're just really in a good place to not only have your things under control, but also to help those around you. Even if you're just the same age, maybe it's your peers that come to you and say, hey, I've got this situation at work, this thing's going on with a coworker or with my boss, and you're just in a good place to really be giving that sort of advice. Cancers are always kind of like that, right? When it comes to advice, they just seem to know the right thing to say. So that doesn't surprise me when talking about the Cancer collective here. So in your advice position is keep at it. Seven of Wands. This is kind of you against the world, and maybe people around you aren't quite as happy and having the clarity and on a new path and doing great with their romance. So you're kind of feeling like maybe the cheese that stands alone, because you're just a little bit happier maybe than the people around you. But don't let that don't let that dissuade you from being in this place where you've just got this great energy going on right now. Don't let other people bring you down, I guess. And if you're feeling like it's you against the world, the advice is to go ahead and feel that. It's fine, but don't let it affect you so that it's a negative thing. Just say, hey, that's just the way it is right now. Things are on the up for me. It's on the upswing. It doesn't always happen like that. And go ahead and take advantage of it while it is there. What is beyond your control this week is the Six of Pentacles. So perhaps you're sitting in a place where you have the ability right now to give. And I always ask people, or receive. It depends on kind of where you are in your situation when it comes to, maybe your finances. I mean, it looks like from your King of Pentacles, and you're just kind of just happy all around, that you're probably more in a giving situation. But I always ask the querent to look at this card and tell me what they see. So, when this card comes out, what is the first thing you see? Are you seeing giving, or are you seeing receiving? And that kind of tells me kind of where that person is. So only you can really answer that, but it is beyond your control to be in one of those positions, and both are fine. We all go through times where, sometimes we can give more, sometimes we're in a place where we need to receive more, and sometimes receiving can actually be the harder thing to do. So keep that in mind. It's kind of beyond your control to have that sort of exchange, and it doesn't even have to be an exchange of money. It can be an exchange of time, an exchange of energy, that sort of thing. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is a little celebration here with the Three of Cups. So hopefully that's your secret desire, unless some of you are trying to avoid a party. So, which Okay, some of you might be. Cancers can sometimes be a little quiet and shy and a little bit, on the quiet homebody side, and maybe you're just not feeling it. So this is your big question of the week is, are you trying to go to some sort of celebration or be a part of something, or are you trying to avoid? And I guess whatever the answer is for that for you, first off, that's fine, whichever the answer is for you, but you probably need to definitely at least explore that part of your personality. If you do try to avoid crowds, you're trying to avoid a part, just make sure that you understand really why you do that. Yeah, it's fine if you do, just make sure you have a really good understanding, so of yourself. That's what we're all here to learn, right? In your outcome position, Ace of Wands. So this is, anytime the Ace of Wands comes out, this is a yes to anything that you have going on. This is new passion. This is new energy. This is new zest and new lust for life. This is new fire under you. And that's in your outcome. And look at this. I mean, I love every part of this reading. I really do. There's just, it's just such a good positive energy. And if you've got, a new start is coming, that was at the start of your reading here, you're in a really really good place for it. So pay attention to those signs from the universe to know what that new start is for you. It could be in so many different areas of your life. Of course, we had the lovers card here, but there's so many other areas that, I'm sure whatever your new start will definitely affect a relationship. It may not be the focal point of what you have going on, but you're sitting in a place where that's in a good balanced place as well. What is hidden from you here this week at the bottom of the deck is the Empress, which is really funny because the Empress has kind of been my star in the readings this week. It seems like every week there's always one card that appears more than other ones, and she has been there in most of the readings. And it's funny that she's hidden from you this week. This is our card of pregnancy. This is our card of, kind of starting things that are long term. It's a creative process, but it's something that might take, months or even years to kind of come to fruition, and that's kind of hidden from you. So it may be, in this new start, you need to think about that, is what is the long term kind of pros and cons of this new thing that you're starting. Whatever this new start for you, whatever future thing that you're thinking about, that's kind of hidden to be thinking about it. And it might be something that you just need to make sure that you're taking the time to put your thoughts into. So let's get some final word here. We're going to start with the Soul Oracle deck. And let's see what this has to say. Cancer, June 29th through July 5th. What else does Cancer need to know on the journey this week? Take the lead. All right, so a new start, and whatever that is for you, take the lead, take it up and go for it. It's basically what that card is saying. We are going to pull from this new deck. This is the Self-Care Wisdom cards from Cheryl Richardson, and this deck just got in my path, and I thought, I flipped through and love them. And I thought, let's go ahead and add these to the readings, because who doesn't need a little self-care? So let's find out, Cancer, for June 29th through July 5th. What sort of self-care would you suggest for Cancer as they're on this new path and having a very positive week? So the card here, calm. Let's see what it says. A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Remain calm. Okay, so whatever is coming, it's a new start. We're going to remain calm through it. You're going to take the lead. I love this, Cancer. There's nothing negative in this entire reading, which is, I don't try to focus on negative things. Our lives go up and down, and things happen and come and go. It just looks like you're just going to have a very bright, sun-filled week, a very happy week, and a very just a productive week when it comes to starting new things, and you've just got that kind of energy, which is really really awesome. So Cancer, I really appreciate your time here with me today, and I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. Leave a comment down below if you're comfortable sharing. Let me know what is going on in your relationship. Are you kind of renewing something, or are you in a relationship, or did you meet someone this week? I'd be very curious to hear about that. Also, about this situation with this party. Was there a party that you went to this week, or one that you're kind of trying to avoid? And are you asking yourself why? Are you kind of exploring that? And just to make sure that you know yourself very well. So anyway, I do post weekly readings, so please feel free to come back next week. We'll see if this energy continues for you, or if there's something completely new here for you Also, again, if you like my reading style, please like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel. But most importantly, Cancer, it'll help you find me next week. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.